Hi guys, welcome to Guy and Nathan. And for once, I don't think I'm going to have to put a trigger warning. I don't think anyway. Don't quote me on this, guys. So before anything else, I want to tell you what this video is about, just in case. And if you do feel something may trigger dysphoria, if you suffer from it, I don't want to feel guilty about anything, so I suggest you, just change to another video or something. Oh my god, something popped up. Something popped up. Okay. Like... Hi. Yeah, so for once, different clothes. But because I don't want to feel guilty about anything, so just change to another video. But anyway, this is gonna be what I want to call like a transition special, because basically I'm gonna be making a playlist of literally just like videos where I talk about different phases of transition, and it probably won't be in order if you've transitioned. It probably won't be like the same as yours. And I did write a script for this and the thing is that instead of talking about it in slots, I ended up writing a script for the whole of a transition. So instead of being like a transition playlist, it's going to be this, everything to do with transitioning is going to be in this playlist. So yeah, it's probably going to be like not in order or different to other people's, because everybody transitions differently, and this was going to be how to start on hormones, but it's ended up being how to start on hormones, finish hormones, get surgery, change your name, and all of that. Oh, and just so you know, I literally will probably do only FTM stuff, because unless I'm lucky enough to work with somebody else on YouTube or I get asked to do something, because well, I'm NTF, FTM, so NTF, what's NTF? That's nothing to fabulous. But and also the stuff that I know on transition is on FTM people, so yeah, that's my area of expertise. So let's get started. So you want to know how to get on testosterone, the hormone, and get started with your HRT, hormone replacement therapy, and you're sitting there like, what do I do now? How do I start on this journey? Where do I begin? Well, lucky viewer and friend, don't stress, because that's what I'm going to tell you to the best of my knowledge. Now this is different depending on where you are, your age and so on and so forth, but firstly I highly suggest you go to your GP and / or doctor, which are the same thing but people call them different things, so I thought I'd say them both. Anyway, you go to your doctor and they should refer you to an endocrinologist, if not a gender therapist. Now this, for most people who are transitioning, it's a hard part, as most therapists require 6 fucking months of therapy, and that is like really frustrating, like that's the hard part really. Word of advice, people, make sure your therapist has had at least one trans patient before, because an inexperienced therapist can be very frustrating. They won't understand you and your needs unless they read up and won't know how to treat you. Also, some can even be transphobic and incredibly cruel. My friend Alex, not the same friend as in previous videos, he's a different one, and I did ask his permission before I mentioned him in this video. Because I said, look, I'm making a video and I think I might end up bringing you up. Is that okay? And he said, yeah, just tell him about what you want, as long as you don't say my last name. I don't even know his last name. Anyway, so but anyway, he had a transphobic therapist who was rude and kept putting him off, saying, here's your appointment, actually no, it's next week, actually no, it's the week after, and misinforming, and she did this for 3 months. She was rude, she kept calling him names and stuff like that, like, little digs here and there. And instead of, he said to her, when they first met, he said, look, I'm trans, I want to be a man, I have male pronouns. He informed her, like, my name is Alex, and his female name was Jasmine, and she kept calling him Jasmine and stuff like that, and it's these little things that dig, like little digs and stuff like that. Yeah, which this was for 3 months before he eventually reported out and he was taken out of her therapy. But he was really lucky, because he was fortunate enough fortunate enough to still have the last 3 months of his therapy still marked down, and only have to do 1 more month of therapy instead of the full 6 months. He did 4 months. He wasted with that instead of having it marked off because it was wasted and having to start again. And yeah, during these 3 months, during the 6 months, they're usually used to assess you, make sure this is the path that you want, and make the best choice for you and all that funky stuff. After this, if it's successful, if they feel that you're ready to move on, you should start HRT, hormone replacement therapy. This is usually done through the gender therapist, who refers you to a knowledgeable doctor. Knowledgeable because if they weren't, they may wrongly prescribe you something to you and end up killing you or something. No worries though. The sooner you start, the better, to be fair, because the older you are, the less receptive your body will be to the hormone changes. Like, your voice might not deepen up as much, you might not get the weight, the fat distribution, stuff like that. You might end up still looking really feminine. Feminine. And yeah, once you start the hormone, once hormones start, you should see the first change happen in the first couple of weeks. That being your voice dropping. The main and most noticeable changes happen within the first year of being on hormones, being on testosterone. I'll explain these changes that happen in my next video, because that's what my next video is about. And anyway, after all this happens, like your voice drop and that, you will have to live as the opposite gender as a male if you're FTM, as a male, for a year before you're allowed SRS or just surgery. I mean, like, you can have your top surgery, I believe, well, I know, you can have your top surgery before, but like, I mean, anything permanent like a hysterectomy or anything like that, blah blah blah, your year's passed, you've had your year, you've become a sexy male citizen and you're ready to take the next steps into manhood. Well, what do? Well, my friends, you have many choices. Like I said a second ago, you can have a hysterectomy, which removes the female reproductive organs. With this, you can have your eggs frozen in case you want kids later in life. You can have a phalloplasty and metodioplasty, which I'll explain in a later video, but both give you wieners. There's all this permanent surgeries you can get to make you a man. During the year that passed, if you feel like being a man is definitely what you want. Sorry, I could hear someone. I thought someone was knocking on my door. But then changing your legal documents is the next sure step to do this. If you have a driver's license and shit like that, you want to get that changed. Like, no, I'm not old enough to know how this all works for sure. That age thing was a joke. But the first step you'll really want to do first, obviously it's first step, is you want to get your name legally changed. Now, one video I'm uploading soon is how I picked my male name and how I'm changing, and on on changing your name and stuff like that. But typically, you fill in a form with your civil court. You pay your fee and are given a court date, then you know you go to the court on that day and do your thing, you sit there, you say and then you're done. After this, you're going to want to get your driver license done if you have one. If you don't, then you can just ignore. My camera died mid-talk and I finished the video and everything. Yeah, but I'll just put them together. But yeah, the next step you're going to want to do is you're going to want, I've lost my flow. Yeah, you're going to want to change your driver's license. If you know, have one. And I'm lost. Sorry, I have the script and stuff. Oh yeah, but you're going to want to go get your driver's license done if you have one. If you don't, then you can probably ignore this next part, go for a piss or something, but this is the next step. Now sometimes you might need a letter from your therapist. If you're probably going to need this at some point anyway, so I suggest leaving 1 or 2 by just in case, but yeah, keep one-handed. Anyways, sometimes if you're lucky you can get your sex/gender changed on the license before you have any permanent surgery changes, but this is rare. Most required to have some form of permanent surgery. This is basically just going in saying, look, I need this done, I've changed my name, you know, can you do this, and they'll do it. There's no guarantee of the gender change though. Birth certificates require you to contact the people that you know, do that. I'm sorry, I can't remember who does this, but yeah, the thingy of births and deaths probably, or something like that, and see what's required, because that differs a lot of the time. Some say, you've had surgery, yes, then okay, we'll change all your name and sex and all that funky stuff. My camera's moved, by the way, I'm really sorry. Actually, I think, is this a better view? But yeah, and yeah, but some say no even then, so it really depends. See, my camera died, and this is literally the end of the video. But that's about it really, guys. That's all there is to it, I suppose. It may differ depending on where you are, especially like where you are in the world, like if you're in the USA, because I'm in the UK, so you know. But that's how most transitions I read about FTM ones went like. If you enjoyed this, then give it a big old thumbs up. Sorry, I punched you, sorry. It's because I did that and I about punched myself. But give it a thumbs up, and if subscribe if you haven't already, and you know, comment your opinions if you transitioned and what it went like, and if you want to transition, leave it down below, and any extra information I may have missed. And I will see you guys in my next video, which will probably be the effects of testosterone. I'm pretty sure that's my next one, but yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.